What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Miller, and welcome back to Jonathan Miller Music, where we help each other become better artists. I recently had the privilege of seeing Hilary Duff live in concert for the Lucky Me tour in Ridgefield, Washington, and it was fantastic. So today, I'm sharing my experience with you in a little voiceover vlog. I was VIP 1 with the backstage tour, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it was worth every penny. The email said we needed to be there at 3 p.m. for check-in, so we got there around 2:45 in the 80-degree heat. That's near 30 degrees Celsius for those of you outside the US. The venue had water stations for everyone to use, which was amazing. I have nothing but good things to say about Cascades Amphitheater staff because they were friendly and helpful the entire time, even in the summer heat. They separated the VIP line into two sections, those with the backstage tour and those who were just doing sound check. At about 3:15 p.m., we got all checked in and got our merch packages, which consisted of 3 air fresheners, a keychain, a beautiful towel, and a VIP lanyard, all inside a concert acceptable clear vinyl bag. Heads up, the VIP lanyard has a QR code you can scan or tap your phone on to see tour photos, merch, etc. It's pretty cool. We got through security easily at 3:30 and then waited for everyone to follow suit with Yvette, one of Hilary's backstage hands. She informed us that once the tour got started, we would not be allowed to film or take photos except in 2 places, and she'd let us know clearly where and when that was. She also told us that Hilary hand signs a small batch of tour posters that get divided among the merch stands if we wanted one. They are $100 though, FYI, but you know, naturally I got one as the second person in line for merch in this small group of 30 people because you go to merch first. This is also the time to use the restroom if people needed to, because once the tour officially starts, there's no real good place to go. Anyway, I grabbed a t-shirt and a hoodie, and then we waited for Yvette to get the all clear from backstage, and we were on our way. But first, a shout out to this video sponsor, DistroKid. DistroKid is one of the top music distribution platforms helping artists like you and me get our music up on places like TikTok, Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For one small yearly price, you can distribute as much music as you want, and depending on which plan you decide is right for you, you'll also gain access to a wide variety of additional features aimed at helping you promote, manage, and grow your music career. I use DistroKid to distribute my latest single, The Story I've Waited to Tell, so let me show you how you can drop your latest track using DistroKid's upload form. First, pick which stores you want to send your song or EP or album to, mark if it's been previously released or not, pick your release date, and add your record label if you've got one. Select the language your music is in, and then select your genres. Add your album cover according to the specifications provided, add your track titles, and mark if you've got a featured artist or if it's a special version. Pick your file and add your songwriter info. Mark if your track has explicit lyrics or if it's a radio edit or is instrumental. Pick your preview clip and track price, then choose any extras you want to add and mark all the important checkboxes, then hit upload. So use my special VIP link to save yourself 7% on your first year's membership with DistroKid. Link is in the description. The backstage tour was really fun. Every tour is a little different depending on the venue, so we were first greeted by some puppies because Hilary and Cascades Amphitheater were partnered to help adopt out some rescue dogs. Yvette assured us that a puppy greeting was not the normal for these type of tours, but it was still fun. We got to see Hilary's makeup stand, which has lots of pictures and outfits Hilary has worn in the past, and this is the first place that people can take photos. But they watch your phones and there is security everywhere, so if you've got VIP, for everyone's safety, please follow the rules and be respectful. Luckily, our group did just that. We then got to go on stage looking out to the audience, and Hilary's stage manager, I think his name was Zito, I believe, talked to us about the 800-pound mirror ball, how the stage breaks down and gets packaged on the trucks and transported from city to city. Even as an artist myself, everyone does their shows a little bit differently, so it was really cool to hear the ins and outs from Hilary's perspective and just how deeply involved she was in the set design, going over carpet samples and paint shades before deciding on rose quartz for the stage. After this, we got to the second and final area we could take photos, and that was drawing a special unique tarot card with lyrics before the show. I got a lyric from Metamorphosis, which made me smile. We were then immediately queued up with the rest of VIP who had just soundcheck for the soundcheck experience. They split us up into 3 smaller groups in the audience. Soundcheck is strictly no photos or filming, so again, be respectful of that if you've got VIP. Hilary came out with her youngest on her hip and joked about how her little girl no longer likes bananas, even though they used to be her favorite food. She told us about her day off in Portland. It was relaxed and fun. Her soundcheck song for us was Tattoo from Breathe In, Breathe Out, and it was beautiful. She then has anyone who wants to spread out and do the With Love dance with her, which they film by the way, and she handpicks the people later. After that, she came down to talk to each small group for a bit and take the VIP group photos. Security and her stage crew highly stresses that there will be no autographs. Do not ask for autographs and try not to make everything about yourself for too long because Hilary really wants a chance to talk to everyone in these little VIP group moments. There were a couple people who were not as respectful of that last part, and that kind of annoyed me, to be quite honest, but even though as a fan I get it, of course Hilary was as gracious as ever and really did try to talk to everyone anyway, and when people were speaking, give them her full attention. Our group was joking about the summer heat and how we all looked like a hot mess, and I told her she looked beautiful and she said thank you. It was very sweet and very fun. Also, she sat right in front of me for the group photo, which I did not plan nor was prepared for, but will be cherishing and possibly bragging about till the day I die. This all ended around 5:15 p.m., which is when everyone else starts entering the venue. My brother, who came with me, and I got some drinks and some food, and then we just chilled until Jade Lamack came on stage as the first opener at 7 p.m. She has about a 25-minute set. She did a great job, and then LaRue came on around 7:50 p.m. They did a fantastic job, and by the time LaRue played Bulletproof, every millennial in the amphitheater was screaming and having a great time. It's about a 45-minute set, and then you've got like 20 minutes until Hilary comes on stage. And when she does, it's truly what dreams are made of. It's hard to put into words getting to see the artist you've been obsessed with since childhood live in person for the first time, but here's a small attempt. I know some people refuse to believe it, but the microphone was on and her vocals were the best they've ever been. The small little discrepancies in her pronunciation or interrupting her singing to hype up the crowd was more than proof that, believe it or not, Hilary Duff can actually sing pretty well. She kind of ate the CD if you're old enough to know what that means. What I like about the show is that it's not simply a trip down memory lane or a rehashing of the past. The personal growth goes far beyond the music itself. We're talking about someone pretty much ingrained into the entire millennial childhood, and for the first time, Hilary really seemed to have reconciled with that in such a celebratory way. The show moves quickly, but is entertaining from start to finish. It's nostalgic, but not overly reliant on nostalgia to make up for whatever you perceive its shortcomings to be. It's also very much about now. This moment, who we are older and wiser with mistakes, breakups, divorces, kids, relationships, experiences, travel, you know? There was a moment where she talked about her Walkman CD player and her kids not knowing what it was. Hilary is as quote-unquote normal as she's ever felt. Like your friend from down the street you've kept in touch with over the years and you're just catching up now over a glass of wine. Just a really well-balanced show from start to finish, and the music makes it even more fun. The whole thing brought a smile to my face, and I'll never forget the way this show made me feel. I highly recommend grabbing a ticket if you're able to, because I definitely say it was worth it. It's got pyrotechnics, confetti, giant bouncing balls, great music, and fun memories while actively creating new ones. It's appropriately titled too, because when I walked out of that amphitheater, just like Hilary, I kept thinking to myself, lucky me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.